a metaphysical idea that thoughts are things. They're powerful, in other words. And the tendency of thoughts, the tendency of your thoughts and your thinking is shaping your life. So let's take a look at attachments. And this would be our thinking and things we're attached to. The whole thing we're doing here is wanting you to love yourself more, appreciate yourself more, move forward, be aware if there's something that's blocking you. And ultimately we're creating our life. So if you need an inner adjustment or correction, or you need to change things around, you certainly have the ability to do that. So here's a little group of questions I assembled for tonight. Do you in any way feel anxious or upset when things don't go according to plan, your plan? Or do you feel anxious or upset when things change, people don't do what you wanted them to do or you expected them to do? Do you get upset? Or do you get very upset when things don't work out? So just think about that for a second. Next, do you have specific expectations for how your day or week ought to go, and what happens when it doesn't work that way? How do you feel? How do you handle it? Next question. Do you find yourself getting frustrated or even angry when people you've been relying on don't meet your expectations? And that could be anybody. It could be somebody a laundry service, or somebody you do business with. It could be your significant other, your kids. Does it take too much away from you? And do you get angry? And we're not asking these questions to make anybody feel bad. It's just a self-assessment. Next one. Do you try to control situations? Do you try to maneuver? Do you try to control people in order to get what you want? Or to get what you want when you want it? This is next question. Do you feel like you can't be happy unless certain people are in your life? Do you feel like you can't be happy unless certain things work out the way you want them to? Do you feel like you're not happy when people, places, and things don't show up the way you want them to? Because people are individuals and they show up every kind of way in the world, and the question is, how do you take it when things, don't go the way you would prefer, right? Do you avoid trying new things or taking risks because you're afraid of disappointment? Do you have a hard time letting go of past mistakes or regrets or relationships? Are you still hanging on to that person from 6 months ago or 6 years ago? Or are you still berating and belittling yourself for the errors, the mistakes while you've been learning and growing? Do you have a difficult time letting go of people? Do you feel like you need to be right most of the time? This is really an important one in terms of trying to identify attachments. Do you feel like you need to be right most of the time? Or that your way is the right way or the only way? Louise would ask, do you have a lot of shoulds in your life? Because that's always an indication of an attachment to having things be a certain way. Next question. Are you perfectly fine with people expressing different points of view? Are you perfectly cool if someone's got a different political persuasion and you're really cool with them expressing how they feel? Are you fine with people expressing their religious views even though they may be completely opposite of yours? Do you have a hard time accepting feedback? Do you have a hard time listening to criticism? Do you struggle with using the word no when it comes to your family or your significant other, your friends, your sisters, your brothers? Is it hard for you to say no? Next question. Do you have a difficulty in dealing with people? Because everybody's coming at you with everything. They carry whatever they carry with them. Do you have a struggle with people in setting boundaries, just normal boundaries? Is this a problem for you?